ratio of 1.5 in pi d.
Pi is an unreal number.
Rebecca Black gave me the idea.
We went past 3D.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
We're doing pi d.
We're doing pi d now, so.
Alright. But it's not Friday.
Yes, it's a little strange here. Now, you're all wondering what the list is all about. So, here you go. What is the list all about? Well, it's basically where
I hate you.
it's basically where us otaku debate about different topics within the anime industry. Now, the three of us we choose our, I guess in this case it was our top 2 choices for certain topics. And what it is that we did have a 4th member, but unfortunately they could not make it. So what we're doing is we're asking people from the audience to come down and give their 2 choices on a certain topic. If you guys come down here, you get a free DVD of whatever. What do we have down here?
You pick one of whatever's there.
We got tons of stuff. Negima, Corpse Princess, Genshiken, Queen's Blade.
So
quality anime.
Quality,
yes,
right.
quality.
Queen's Blade being the top of that
Queen's
tier.
Blade is top quality.
Exactly.
But it has boobies.
So out of all of our 2 choices,
I think the most erotic part of a woman is the
out of all
boobies.
The 2 choices that we give at the end, you guys choose a top 3 of that particular topic.
And together we will pick the ultimate.
And yeah, people pick the ultimate list, ultimate top 3. It's just a rehashing of what we did last year. So let's meet So our distinguished panel of experts over there on the end. Unfortunately, Charlie Sheen was one of our panelists. Unfortunately, he could not make it, so we had to. That's
he
why
was
we had
too busy drinking Tiger Blood and winning, so he couldn't be here.
All right, so on the end over there, we have Mr. John Angolia. All right, yes. Next up in the middle, right over here, Ms. Gina Gianetti. And I will be your MC for the evening. I'm Ernie Leu. So we stalk us on Twitter. We have our Twitter accounts right there. Yeah. So here's some of the rules for our panel here. We have 1 audience member per topic to replace Charlie Sheen. 24 minutes per topic, not really, but we had to come up with a number. And also during the discussion, there's no tweeting, trolling, rudeness, political uprising, drinking Tiger Blood, racial slurs, violence, checking in on Foursquare, personal attacks, or asking which seat you should take.
No
yes,
political
sir.
uprising?
Was it?
No political uprising?
No.
Yeah, no.
Anarchy!
You're gonna have to
That almost happens.
Yes. And then finally, just to let you know, there will be spoilers, alright? I'll take you a minute to read the picture, to see the picture.
So kills Dumbledore.
See, we haven't seen this slide either, so.
Yeah. They haven't seen the show either, so.
He makes this stuff and.
So.
You get horrible surprises.
Yeah. So let's go on with the panel. Our first topic. Characters most deserving a horrific and untimely death. If all else fails, they kick them in the balls. So who wants to come up? Give it a shot. You want to give it a shot, sir? What's your name?
Come on up.
Matthew Barnes.
Matthew, give Matthew a hand.
Yeah, Matthew! Alright, so take the seat on right over there. Just basically, as the topic says, character that is most deserving of a horrific, untimely death. Now, we already came up with our 2 choices, so that way at least you have some time to think about yours. First up, Gina.
Oh, me first? Okay, well, my first choice was Satsuko's uncle from Higurashi. I see a couple of people nodding in the back. Satsuko's uncle was an ass, to be totally honest. He was incredibly abusive. He absolutely treated her horribly. There was an entire arc dedicated to trying to get her out of the thrall of her uncle. She's such a sweet, innocent girl, and he is just the biggest dirtbag in the entire world to her, and he absolutely deserves to at least be kicked in the nuts. And my other choice was Sasuke from Naruto. As you can see, I have...
That's what it said on the thing! That's what it said when we made the document. You were the typer, alright?
Oops.
Anyway, if you don't know what this is the doll from Saw catching Sasuke in one of his death traps. I abhor Sasuke. You know, he had this life. He had a teacher who thoroughly believed in him. He had an incredibly loyal best friend. He had a woman who was head over heels in love with him. And he decides, I'm going to go off and be a bad guy so I can go and try and kill my douchebag of a brother who Should I
Douchebag.
Spoil? He wasn't really a douchebag in the end anyway. So
we had the warning.
He's an absolute idiot, and he infuriates me every time I see him, and I think he needs to die.
Thank you.
Isn't that
Sasuke?
Gina, isn't that supposed to be Sasuke, not Sasuke?
He just put this document when we had this meeting, okay?
Sorry, I was running it on my iPad. I couldn't type well.
Like your iPad, iPad here.
It doesn't have a real keyboard.
That's because it's a Mac. It's not a real computer.
Next up, John's your two choices. You forgot to put down a second choice.
I only had one choice for this,
Yeah,
but this is well deserving of only having one choice.
I only put the second choice. I don't know why I put Santa Claus down there. I already had the picture. So I was like, I might as well put it in there.
Well, actually, Santa Claus, because of Hayate no Gotoku, he says you're not getting any presents because you're poor. That's what makes you a douchebag.
That was well played.
How dare you not give Hayate a present? I mean, how hard does he work?
I know. It's
Santa, you deserve to die. You
So,
deserve
We're on up.
You're
Alright, so Makoto, I'll try to avoid like the major spoilers here for those who haven't seen the show. Basically, Makoto asks this girl out. She says yes, but turns out she doesn't want to put out. And so he ends up cheating on her with 7 other girls. So that is what makes him, you know, deserving of a horrific, untimely death.
Oh, come on.
Alright,
so next up,
I thought you were talking about
I was trying to avoid that.
Okay. Ernie's choices.
Yeah, you guys never seen my
Should I
choices.
read off your choices?
Yeah, John, you're gonna kill me.
The cast of Lucky
I'm sorry,
The
John.
cast of Lucky Star.
The look is, it's the high voices that get me. It's like, you just want like,
Oh my god.
it's the high voices and sometimes it's the stupidity that they have in there. Like, when they do the whole, I can't even explain it. I'll tell you that. It's
You
just
just want to
mostly the
take
high
like
voices
your
that
face
kill me.
and grind it into like broken glass.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Hey Ernie, which side should we eat a chocolate cornet from?
Exactly.
And what about Shin? Why do you hate
Shin-chan,
why Shin need to die?
I needed somebody up there. No, I'm basically with Shin-chan. I think it's just like sometimes this character I feel like is a little bit too whiny, a little bit too how's the best way, like not like whiny, complains way too much. What?
He's a kindergartner.
Oh, that's why. Okay, never mind then.
You
So
didn't
my
know
choices
you were
were
kindergarten?
to
Fail.
yeah, pretty much.
So your choices were children, Ernie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Children should die.
Alright, so, oh, wait.
Those are our choices.
So those are our
Ernie eats
choices. How about
babies.
you, Matt?
Well, folks, Kaz and other buzz members, I think my choice has
Shut
only.
up.
Sorry.
There we go. What the hell is that?
Ernie's a loser.
Yeah.
Well, folks, I think my 2 choices. I think only one choice can fit the space for 2 choices. Only one character deserves an untimely death 2 times more than just 1 time. And that character has been the worst character in the epitome of all anime, the greatest anime ever, and yet he's the worst character ever. And I know you can all guess this.
Just see.
Shinji Ikari from Neon.
Why does Shinji need to die?
Shinji needs to die because he has Misato supporting him. He has Asuka coming on to him. Like he made all these choices, bad ones at that, and yet he whines about them. He never stops whining throughout the series. Even in the movie The End of Evangelion, sitting there right in front of his Eva, saying, "Mom, why won't you wake up?" And then Misato, before that scene, he's like, "I killed Kaoru. I did that horrible thing to Asuka." Oh, please, all you did was masturbate, you little punk. Everybody does it. Seriously, you're whining over your sexual attraction to a female. "Oh, my life sucks. I masturbated. Oh, my life sucks. I killed an angel who happened to be my friend." Oh, fuck, you were star-crossed gay lovers. Get over it. The fact is, you made a bad choice. It happens. He's sad. Get over it. It's all a part of growing up. He figures people are going to betray me. Nobody understands me. Oh, what's this? What's this all part of? Everybody, Do you know the concept of growing up? People betray you. People happen to leave you. Yeah, it's called growing up, Shinji. Get over it. You can't be the first child forever. You gotta
You
grow
keep
up
going.
someday.
Rage.
No,
Does
you want to scream, do it.
feel the same way?
fact
Does
that
anyone else
nerd
want to
rage-
add to
Oh,
his
hold on,
rage?
dude. Let
The
him
question
continue.
is, how
Let him
can he be
continue.
so sad? He gets to stomp around in a 40-story tall robot whenever
Oh,
he
how can you be
wants.
so sad? That's the thing. His father does that for him. He has an abusive father who he should probably just give up on because his father's been manipulating everything just so he can be in that robot with his fucking mother, who is pretty much the cause of all of these events. His mother, who is somehow her soul is supporting him, yet because of her, all of this bad shit is happening. The fact that Gendo hates him, the fact that he's alone, the fact that he's a child living with some drunk lady who sleeps and drinks beer for breakfast, beer for lunch, beer for fucking dinner, beer for fucking midnight snack.
like my
What the hell is wrong with that lady?
She's a fucking dream. What are you
Her
talking
with
about?
that. You know what?
John!
And he's not getting laid.
That's
because
the
he's
worst
too
part
busy
of all this.
masturbating.
That's the reason why.
His enemy was whining about not getting laid by the lady who made out with him at the near the end of the movie. That's the thing I'm sad about. She made out with him, but that's all he got. Making out with her. And you know something else? Shinji's really pathetic. He needs to
Keep going.
The rebuild of Evangelion saved my opinion of him. But then I go back to the original series and I'm like, I throw a chair at my TV. You see those GameFly commercials with those guys go, ah! Like, at the end of the commercial, the guy, throw this TV out the window! I did that once. I threw my TV out, watching the end of Evangelion and listening to Shinji say, no one understands me. I hear them screaming, all like, ah! And the TV goes out, I'm like, oh, there goes another one. Well, better go on Netflix, and then I go watch the Rebuild. Yeah, Rebuild is way better. First off, he actually does shit right. His decisions are better. His the ending scene of 2.22. Okay, I'm gonna spoil this for all of you who haven't seen it.
No,
Will be
if you don't want,
there
if
will-
you don't want to spoil it, stay away from
I don't care. I'm
spoilers.
spoiling it. I'm spoiling it. The scene is too awesome. If you can go on YouTube right now, you can see it, but you're probably not going to out of laziness or something, or out of just because you can't.
I can't because of the
internet
slideshow.
connection,
Yeah.
Alright, well, it's a mix of badassery and complete terror. See, Shinji just defies reality by saying, I don't care about myself, and I don't care about the fucking world, but I'll at least save Ayanami. So his angst is actually good for something. Yeah, his angst is good for something. I couldn't believe
I
it.
think at that point it's fury.
It's beyond fury. It's like his Eva turned into a god. If it was just fury, if it was just fury, he would have gone berserk like in the first movie. Not. He would have.
Like, this music loops great. I love it.
Oh yeah.
So
And he actually didn't try to kill the when Eva 3 when it was being controlled by that angel. Instead, that was Gendo's fault. But the scariest part behind the end of Evangelion Unit 2.22, there was that scene where Gendo said, "Oh, I don't know, like, in order to accomplish something, you're going to have to be willing to sacrifice everything." And he was willing to sacrifice everything at the end of 2.22. And the sad, most scary fact of that ending, Gendo was right. That was the moral there. Gendo was fucking right. So it's either Shinji's a dick and deserves an untimely death, which he did, but he got revived anyway with Asuka in a sea of blood, strangling her. Then he's crying again. Oh, poor Shinji. I destroyed the
I see what
world.
you mean. So Shinji's your choice, babe.
Yes,
Basically, for both
Shinji
of them.
should die twice. If he doesn't
Die twice, okay.
Step on him with
He's gonna-
Evangelion
yeah,
one.
it's
If he
just-
doesn't
Both
die a
deaths
second
are
time,
to Shinji.
at least
Alright.
step on him again, let him live and sodomize him with a club.
Interesting.
Does anybody else
Anybody else have any
that they want to?
anybody they want to see die?
John.
Not anybody.
I think you're all picking characters that you're supposed to hate. Like, you're supposed to see Shinji as weak and ineffectual. But you're all missing the best character that you're supposed to like.
And who would that be?
And that's Misa Misa. Somebody you're supposed to like. You're supposed to be like, oh, that plucky Misa Misa.
You really just want to punch her in the face.
Yeah, just obviously like Light and Kira's. He's doing too good. We gotta throw him. We gotta throw him.
Oh, poor
triple.
Misa, she's just being used for drugs.
Alright, anybody else?
Anybody else?
Anybody who thinks
Evan?
I gotta say, just because of the sheer pointlessness of it, to follow the Lucky Star theme, every single girl in K-On.
Why?
I'm sure John, he's your favorite right now.
I would have to say Brook from One Piece. Although he's already dead.
A terrible person, good sir.
Although he's already dead.
You
Wait,
Not him.
No,
All right.
John is
I'm
not.
not an anime
So we have to have a
character.
top three. So
Not
we have
yet.
Shinji.
Wait,
we
not
have-
yet.
So I think the top two
I'm
spots
not
go
gonna
to
say anything
Shinji
about my
just
most hated
because
characters. Oh.
that rage was so powerful. I
Yeah,
can't
I-
to go into
that's
the
something
I have
it's like-
powerful rants. If you need me to rant about anything else, heck, the plot of Bleach.
No. We gotta go on to other
That's
topics. So
One
the
thing I
first two
have
go
to
to Shinji. Was it first?
One thing I have to mention though, why didn't anybody mention their hate of characters from Queen's Blade in general?
Because no one here has watched it.
They got distracted by the boobs.
Okay,
So
so
we have Shinji.
is there anybody else that we mentioned that you guys agree with?
There was a plot?
Santa Claus.
Shinji and Santa Claus.
Shinji
No,
and-
Santa
Shinji
Claus
and
is
Santa
not
Claus
just
there.
that just because of how awesome that scene was. Like, am I getting any presents? No, because you are poor. Where?
Alright, man.
And then
Thank
he
you
gets
very
punched in
much
the
for your
face.
participation and that huge rage. Alright, pick out something from there.
Is this both season 1 and 2?
Yes,
Yes.
that's both season 1 and 2. Pick something.
Take the
Oh my god, I
part.
saw this.
There is no.
Queen's Blade?
I wish there was.
I already got to it.
Are you gonna take Queen's Blade after raging about it?
Go irony!
Someone's gotta be great.
Thank you!
Thank you. Alright. Our next topic. Worst anime for beginners. Now basically,
No, you should be watching anime for 3 months, 16 days, 13 hours, 43 minutes, 34 seconds before viewing these.
exactly.
Why?
I don't know, I just came up with a random number. So anyway,
No, it's
so
scientifically proven to be the best time.
And
Yes.
this says, by the way,
Ernie did extensive research into this.
this is, by the way, otaku. Nobody knows why they are not extinct since it is clear they do not mate.
I don't know, I just needed a picture, so I just looked it up and it was there. So worst anime for beginners. So if you're trying to get some of your friends who don't watch anime to watch it, don't show them any that we're gonna. Don't show any of the
Yes.
anime that we're gonna suggest. So anybody want to participate? You want? What's your name? Man?
What's your name?
What's your name? Man?
What's your name? Danielle.
Danielle. All right. Thank you, Danielle, for being on this. All right. So same as before, we already have our two choices. So that way, at least it'll give you time to come up with yours. Gina, once again, you are first. Your two choices.
Okay, my two choices were Neon Genesis Evangelion and Excel Saga.
Did we just talk about Evangelion?
Well, besides the Raged Evangelion, Evangelion's a big, huge mindfuck. You know, it's
Especially if you saw the ending.
I mean, mecha anime in general, I think, you know, with Transformers and stuff, people kind of can get into that, but Evangelion, I think, is on a whole other weird level, and I can't imagine anybody really getting their start with something like
Yeah.
Evangelion. And as for Excel Saga, the thing about Excel Saga is that it's full of Japanese culture references, and if you've never watched anime before, you're not going to understand most of the stuff that comes out there. You know, it's a great anime, and it's a lot of fun, but it's incredibly wacky. The subject content is not stuff that we're used to. You know, a lot of the sexual content and the violence all over the place.
You
is
never
not.
know.
It's stuff that we tend to keep off, you know, away from
Yeah, so it's a little bit
TV.
too.
And just the Japanese culture references, I think, really make it something that people should not get their start with if they're getting into anime.
All right. Fair enough there. All right, John, you're up next. Here are your two choices. All right.
You sure?
Really,
this
John?
should be
Really?
pretty much obvious. I mean, well, Lucky Star, same reason with Excel Saga. It's just full of not Japanese, well, yeah, Japanese culture references, but a lot of also anime references.
Right.
So if someone hasn't been watching anime for a long time, they're probably not going to get most of the jokes in Lucky Star, implying they're actually funny. No. And Higurashi, that's just, if your friend's into horror, then maybe it would be good, but I would suggest maybe starting with, I don't know, what's probably a better horror anime choice.
Umineko, or even
Yeah.
something like Boogie Pop Phantom.
Yeah, it's probably
or,
easier to
yeah.
relate to than...
Also, just because of the way that it's segmented, because it was a visual novel where the story starts,
Right.
where the story starts over and over again every
Yeah,
couple of episodes. That's kind of hard to get used to.
Yeah, the whole time reset, the way the story is presented is kind of hard to adapt to.
I don't know, it's like, they're starting to get into more, I guess, indirect storytelling methods in Hollywood. I mean, there's source code out right now. and what's it called? Inception was weird enough in the storytelling memento. So non-linear storytelling is going to be pretty. Thank you. Yes. So non-linear storytelling wouldn't turn as many people off as it used to.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ernie.
All right,
Tell us
my
what your
two choices.
are.
You were waiting for my two choices.
I'm
I know both of
dying
you
for your
guys
two
are.
choices.
I'm just gonna leave it up there. These are my two choices. Let's be honest about that.
Hey, Bible Black's a hentai!
So is this.
Well done.
Now, if you want to play a joke on your friends who have never watched anime, you can put on Bible Black if you want to. That's right.
Bible Black was my first anime.
Back then, blue hair.
No, it was.
And that explains what happened to John I.
Oh, come on.
Not yet. I heard it's interesting.
Is this the what's it
The
called?
Beat Angel
The
Escalator?
Doki Doki Dynamite.
Yeah, the Doki Doki Dynamite.
That one
Remember that
was
one?
freaking horrible! The freaking guy just stops in the middle of it. How did he just stop?
And the invisible.
Why was the monster able to do it, but I couldn't? Because you freaking stopped in the middle of it, you dumb man!
Alright, thank you.
So it's pretty much self-explanatory why these are my two choices. They're both hentai, so.
Sorry,
Basically,
So I don't know how you could follow that up.
Yeah, so here you go. Where's anime for beginners?
Well, I think FLCL.
Oh, that's a good one too.
It's crazy. I never liked it because just it's like XL Saga in the craziness department. I could think of you could give them yaoi as well just to go with the hentai.
You never know with some people.
They may enjoy it.
Maybe.
But
It's like they may be fans of queer as folk. Who knows?
But my other choice would be Paranoid Agent for also that
That is a pretty big
weirdness
mindfuck.
because it also
Yeah,
is just twisting and
Right.
It's hard to follow is basically what
Yeah.
you're saying. So, alrighty.
Great anime.
So those were our choices there. Anybody else have
Anybody
any
else have
choices?
any?
Alright. We'll
Unless
start
you
down here. We'll move up.
Yeah.
You-
I forgot the name of it, but a while back, NIS. I'm sorry. I forgot who brought it out, but they brought out a game based on a porn mahjong game where they removed the porn. Saki is just based on
Saki's not porn.
innuendo.
So
It's
it's just a
actually
mod.
based on
Mahjong
the old
porn.
in and out.
The Legend of Koizumi?
No, that's just based on political. It was based on a porn game where you won and the girls would do stuff after you won, but they removed the doing stuff from the anime, just then leaving girls.
It's like
playing
super
mahjong.
obscure strip
So then what's the
poker.
point of it? No.
That is exactly why no one should watch it.
Okay, next up. Yep.
Kamishu for the general weirdness and the sheer amount of Japanese cultural, I guess, touchstones in it, and then Haibane Renmei, unless you have a friend who's been to French New Wave cinema and they're just like, I will watch something for 5 hours and nothing will occur.
Yeah, that's
There
pretty
you
much
go.
about it right
Alright,
now.
back in the back.
I like it anyway.
Okay, now nobody hate me for this. I know this anime is amazing. Now just bear with me on this one. This is anime not for beginners.
Yes.
Bakano. No question.
Okay.
Bakano.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that
It's
could be-
not good
that's a
for
little.
beginners. Listen, there is no narrator. The timeline skips over up and down all of the time. It goes from 19 something to late timeline to early timeline to mid timeline. The timeline just goes up and down, bounces around. It's not even middle, beginning or ending. It doesn't go in any specific direction. They just tell it on one episode, do it on another. And if you want to see the last 3 episodes, like with Grand Spectre and everything, you're going to have to either watch Funimation Channel, buy the DVD, which came out. Well, actually, there's no inconvenience about that, so screw that. The point is, new anime fans, they don't want to see any of that, anything that has to be thoroughly explained. Let's face it, if you bring a friend to anime, they probably want to see something like Dragon Ball Z or Hitman Reborn. They don't want to see anything like where something has to be
I thought we
explained
said no
before they get to
yaoi.
the action. Let's be real. I showed it on my friend. She just didn't want to watch it.
So what
Alrighty.
about, Pulp Fiction is basically non-linear storytelling, thugs, and
Who
hysteria.
said my friend watched Pulp Fiction?
I'm just saying, Pulp Fiction is popular enough that Baccano isn't all that much of a jump for other people.
But Never mind. We'll argue about this later.
Okay.
That'll be another panel.
School days?
Oh, I have.
Slice of life is this man's passion.
Yeah. You like slice of life, talk to that man. He loves it.
The ending just creeps you the fuck out.
Pretty much.
The ending is
what he
awesome.
said. It has to
Yes,
have
it
a
is.
story that, you know, for beginners, it's got to have something that you could grasp. Oh wow, okay, storyline. Oh, good, got it.
Yeah.
You know, FLCL is like, well, like the first 3 or 4 episodes. What the hell's going on? You know, how am I supposed to understand it? I was going along with something like that with bo 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 bo.
Yeah.
I love that show. I believe that. Sorry, go ahead.
Every time I watch that show, it's like it's great for me because I love the just random. Oh, this is random. I love random. But you're like, oh, watch this show. This is good. And that person has no idea what's going on. You know, there's some plot. They tell you, here's the plot, but they keep going astray from the main plot of the story because oh, we're gonna have to keep throwing random in there. And they're like, is this supposed to happen? Or is there somebody on drugs while like playing cartoons? You know, and it's a great show to me. I laugh every time I watch it. But not for beginners.
Craig, you had your hand up.
Wait, plot? What plot?
I was gonna mention this because it's a terrible anime and no one should watch it unless they really want to.
Not beginners, just no one.
It's Icon, which is like.
Oh God.
I mean, you seen that, dude?
You know in AMV Hell,
Yeah.
the girls with the really big boobs.
Oh, that
No,
one?
the fighting where they
Yes.
Oh my god!
I would have to go with Midori Days because I love it, but anyone who's just entering into anime is not going to get why there's a little girl on his right hand.
Does anybody know what Midori Days is about?
Because Midori Days is about a guy where he wakes up one day and there's a girl as his hand.
A girl
His
who's
right hand.
loved him.
As his
Because
right
he's so
hand.
lonely.
And he's all like, I want to be
Forever
your girlfriend.
alone.
And then he hears it from his right hand. I'll be your girlfriend. And there's a girl naked on his right hand. And then he screams, why are there tits on my right hand?
That is full
No
control
one-
over him.
no one-
Anybody else have any,
Matt.
There's one more I should mention. There's this vampire manga. No, it's not Twilight turned into manga for all you people who are worried. Relax.
Although that should be
that's a manhwa. That's a manhwa.
Anyway, there is one. It's both a manga and an anime. But the manga's with it's called Dance in the Vampire Bun.
Oh.
This is not for people who are just starting anime. For several reasons. One, main character's a little girl who's straight up dressing into a thong a few seconds later as soon as the comic or anime begins.
But she's 1,000 years old, so it's okay.
No, it's not
Yeah.
okay. They don't know that until later. Until they
And she's not underage.
And she'll turn into an adult vampire, but you know, it's just the whole concept of her, she's constantly walking around as a kid, it's just kind of creepy. Still, because this teenage guy is following a kid around is like her right-wing lover, but at the same time, he can't really be with her because, yeah, she's a vampire who needs to
And
give
he's the
blood.
minor.
Then you find out later, well, we said there will be spoilers, so what the hell? You find out later that she's actually an illegitimate, her father wasn't actually a noble blood, so there she is, with full powers of a noble blood, so there. That's why all the other vampire kings are trying to, like, capture her and rape her and have get her to bear their children. Again, a scary concept, but yeah, that's why it's not
Those kind of themes are tougher.
It's
I
not.
think that seems to be what I kind of get from everything that everybody shows,
Yeah.
and is stuff that has a lot of Japanese-centric themes or themes that America's not comfortable with or things that are bad to introduce at first.
That's also like, I'm getting like a lot of complexity in stories.
Yeah.
That's one thing that like you have to really follow it in order to get it.
Let's face
It's
it.
tough, yeah.
I think a
And again,
great one to
because-
start with would be like as a manga
Exactly.
Dio.
Yeah.
Do you have time to paint? Do you guys have any ones that are good to start with?
Well, let's figure out the list first for.
Okay.
So we need a top 3 list of the worst anime for beginners. So.
So.
What is?
Bo, 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 no.
Do we have that bo 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 in there? So we have our choices here.
What were they again?
Let's see. Let's go through it.
Excel Saga.
We got Excel Saga and Evangelion. We
Evangelion.
got Higurashi Lucky Star, Bible Black, and Beat Angel Escalator.
Beat Angel Escalator has to be up there because that thing needs to die.
Do we want Bible Black on the list?
Yeah. Bible Black has more of a story than.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it actually has a story.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you're watching anime for a while, you'll probably get Bible Black. It'll be hilarious, but you know. So Bible Black's on the list.
Right. It makes a great Christmas gift.
It does, yes.
Just watch it. It's a great anime.
Can I go to Christmas at your house 1 year?
Sure.
Here's a gift certificate for whores and 40s.
Maybe FLCL should be on the Bobo, Bakano, what were the other ones that we were talking about? Paranoid Agent.
Paranoid Agent.
Dance with the Vampire Bond.
Dance with the Vampire Bond.
I would say
School Days.
School Days, certainly.
School Days, okay, School Days is on the list. Then we need
because of the ending.
Nice build.
Wait, how about Beat to Death Angel Dokuro-chan?
Yeah!
Alright, so we'll put that one on the list.
Americans love gore, though.
Alrighty, well thank you very much, Danielle, for participating.
Thank you.
We get a free gift to us.
John, can you get the Dynamo film?
Oh god.
That was the most hilarious. That
That
was
is
just great.
hilarious.
As soon as you showed me an episode, I was like, damn, what the hell are you showing me, dude?
That's the whole first season, yeah.
Anime next. The
Negative.
amount of screaming that was in that room.
Alright, thank
Well,
you.
thank you very much.
You stopped to look at a bird!
Alright, so we're gonna go. Alright, we go on to our next topic. The most gay straight character in anime. Tom Cruise! Oh wait, that's reality.
He's busy. Tom Cruise does not count. He's busy working as a fudge factor, okay?
Alright, so basically the title is self-explanatory. We need somebody to come up here and replace Charlie Sheen at the end. So.
I can do this again.
Anybody?
Anybody. You get a free DVD with it.
Raise your hand high.
Come on. Someone has to think.
Are we allowed to use video game characters?
It's the
most
most
gay.
extreme, but
Basically
acts
metrosexual.
really, really gay.
Video game characters are allowed.
I can do this.
Right, I'm gonna go with
Somebody who's not
Everybody
been up here.
calm
Hold on.
down. Who wants to? Yes?
I vote Gina.
Well,
Gina should come down.
I have one, but I'm not too sure if it's questionable. This one's to be awesome.
If you want to come down and discuss it.
Okay.
You want to? What's your name?
Brett.
Brandon.
No.
These really?
Yeah. Anyways, so. Alright, so the most gay straight character.
Gina, Sweet Poem says.
So it's sort of self-explanatory there,
Yeah.
metrosexual. So
The character that's straight.
yes. Also, we are allowing video game characters to be in this. So.
Because Ernie could not.
Because I couldn't
No,
think
no,
of
John.
No,
any.
it's John's.
Yeah,
It's
John
John.
could
It's
think.
John. Right.
Alright, so Gina, we'll start off with you. Tell us about your two
Mine
choices.
are Ayame from Fruits Basket. This is an older anime. If you don't know it, but Pisces Aphrodite from Saint Seiya.
Oh, I thought that was Sailor Neptune.
No, shut up. The reason why we have pictures here is because I said we need to show this man because not a lot of people are going. That's a guy.
Like I said, I thought it was Sailor Neptune.
I swear to you, that's a guy. Well, Ayame from Fruits Basket. I mean, he is a clothing designer. He's a fashion designer for manly romance, as he calls it, which is basically just fetish wear. And, you know, obviously he's very pretty. He's got the long hair and the sparkles. And, you know, he is straight. He has a canon romance in the manga with his assistant, with his shop assistant. But, you know, and he just, you know, he flirts with a lot of people. And he's very, very metrosexual. It's a good word to use.
Yeah.
And as far as Pisces Aphrodite, he wears fucking lipstick. And that's pretty much about it.
That's the only reason.
And basically what it is they have Athena. It's all based on Greek mythology. At the top of this mountain, and there's 12 temples representing the zodiacs, and he's at the top in the Pisces temple. And he fights with roses. He breeds roses for a living. He does covered in flowers, and yeah, he's fabulous. He's
Now,
fabulous.
are they gay because they want to get with girls? This is like a legitimate question too. Because you know.
Well, you know what? This is a show. Saint Seiya is a shonen anime, so there's really not too many girls in it. It's all about the men and it's about the fighting.
Okay.
So there's a lot of gay fan fiction, but he's technically with a woman.
Oh,
so
okay.
you know.
sort of
Yeah.
on there. It's more subtle.
Right.
All right. So John, next up, tell us your two choices.
So yeah, I used the video game because I couldn't think of another anime character.
Yes.
Persona 4, Kanji Tatsumi, it's never confirmed whether or not he's actually gay, but I mean, there's a whole level about him called the Steamy Bathhouse.
No, it's called the Steamy Bathhouse.
It's very heavily suggested that he's gay. Also, Satoshi Hiwatari from Dan Angel.
Yep.
And it's been a very long time since I last saw Dan Angel, so I'm going to waffle my way through this a little bit. But, you know, it's just very, again, very heavily suggested that he's gay. Never actually confirmed, but he does make a lot of passes at Daisuke throughout the series, so.
Are they gay so that way they can get with girls as well? No.
Possibly.
No.
I don't know.
I don't. Well, Kanji's story's a little interesting. I don't want to spoil the game though, but.
Kanji seems like a pretty gay guy though, so it's okay.
He's kind of like, oh.
He's the man in the
relationship. And then you get into Shadow World, and he's like, welcome to my bathhouse. Like, okay.
That's all those videos Yosuke throws on him like, hey, he's just your type, Kanji. Oh, I didn't hear you so well, Yosuke. Did you
say you want me to punch you in the face? Okay.
All right.
What about you, Arnie?
I think mine are just for trolls. I have Kion from the Valentine Party and Pikachu. Alright? Yeah, I kept Pikachu on the... Look at the picture I found of him. He's a flamer, alright? He sits in a ball that's right here in the guy's pocket. Here, and it's right there.
He's a fire type.
Yeah, you should have had Charmander.
Because you love it, that's why.
What is Pikachu's gender?
Nobody knows. It's just so.
Although
if he gets with a guy or girl, he could be gay either way.
Wait,
so.
wait, no.
There was that episode where him
between him and Ash,
his Piplup were like.
But between Pikachu and Ash, it's more interspecies erotica than anything.
Exactly.
So
Not
why
really
Kion?
gay.
Why Kion?
Why Kion? I think it's just like. I feel like I get that undertone from him. Like, with his character sometimes, like, he may be a little bit quiet, a little bit too quiet, and it's just like, he might be still, like, way back there in the closet.
When we had this meeting,
a little, just a tad.
When we had the meeting to plan this, and he's like, "Oh, Kion from Haruhi," and John's like, "You mean Itsuki?" He's like, "No, Kion." I'm like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah. No, I don't.
Itsuki is.
Yeah, that I can understand, but Kion, I just wanted. Plus, also, I like trolling. Anyway, so in the end over here, Brandon, what are your two choices for most gay straight character?
Man, those are good choices too. I'm looking. My choice was because actually we all could believe he is gay, but then he had a second form, which is like, oh, he's definitely straight. We can't really tell now. Zarbon from Dragon.
Oh, yes!
It's like,
oh my God, yes!
Gay. Second form, rock. I'm like, oh, okay.
No, he even like he sounds gay, and then like next thing you know, he kind of hints that he thinks Bulma's cute, and now you don't know.
It's like, oh, Frieza. I'll get Frieza for you. You want to see my man form? Okay. The other one.
He also likes to grapple Vegeta.
You really like to grapple Vegeta. You want to grapple him too much. The other one, and I just played the 7th game recently. I'm forgetting his name. How you say it? I think it's Zhang Pei. I think that's his name. The guy with the claws from Dynasty Warriors. He thinks everything is beautiful. Oh, this is going to be the most fantastic, beautiful match ever. He's got a really high, he's got a higher voice in this one. Never mentioned whether or not he was gay, but he's the most beautiful character. He kind of reminds me of Vega.
That's
another question.
Pisces Aphrodite, because he also has that thing where he's all about beauty. But in his mind, beauty is not about how you physically look, it's about the strength on the inside and the way you fight, which he reveals later on. But yeah, Pisces Aphrodite has that too, where everything is beauty. And, yeah.
Exactly. So, my number one choice would be Zarbon, but
that's a good choice. That's a really good choice. Anybody else?
Anybody? Oh, we had everybody's hands up.
I
was
cannot remember the name of this character, but it's from the first Suikoden game. It was one of the generals. His house was made out of roses. He looked like the name was French. That much I remember.
Oh, there you go.
And I thought it was a woman when I saw the character's picture. No, it's a guy. It's a guy. They never mention if he's gay. They never mention if he's straight. They don't mention him at all. It's just he is. Wow. I cannot explain it.
He doesn't count because he was the gayest gay character.
But he wasn't, like, he didn't even speak gay. He spoke like a normal, everyday guy. He was just looked different. Very different.
Come back. Did somebody have the hand up? Yeah.
Baka no Test anime where
Oh God!
he's a man, but cross-dresses as a girl. And
Okay.
No, there are 3 genders: male, female, and Hideyoshi.
Yes, I remember that. Alright, anybody else?
Hideyoshi is more convincing.
Yeah.
Has anybody ever heard of the anime called or manga called Nabari no
Oh, of course, it's one of my favorites.
Yes, mine too. However, I still cannot believe how many homosexual innuendos they put in there. Miharu and Yoite.
Between the main character.
Miharu, Yoite, Gao,
Miharu and Yoite, yeah.
Gao and Raiko. Seriously,
They're
Raiko
kind of.
Raiko was in love with a schoolgirl. She died, and he uses Gao as some kind of I don't know, reason to live, because Gao reminds him of the girl he couldn't protect. And that's why he always
Yeah,
clings
they're
to
a little.
Gao.
Him and
That's
Gao
why
are
he
a little.
also dyed his hair pink. That's why he also wears a sleeveless shirt. That's why he also talks in that strange that strange way like Kyoya does in Oran the High School Host Club. Which reminds me, never mind. Okay, and then there's Yoite. Seriously, in the manga they got to a point where they said, wait, Yoite's Kira has spread throughout his body so badly that his gender is gone. So is he a female now? I don't know. He could be. And then his body's like so thin, he actually looks like a female now. So they're actually trying to justify Miharu and Yoite's love for each other. At least that's what I believe at this point. I haven't read the manga so far because it hasn't they haven't scanlated it past chapter 65, but yeah.
Okay. Alright, let's go over here.
I forgot my ideas now.
I don't know. Just because this character is just way too screwed up in general, but But Gaoran from Full Metal Panic, he likes Sasuke just a little too much. Granted, he wants to rape his corpse rather than him being alive, but
That makes him. No, I'm joking.
it might just be a
I'm gonna
power
let
thing, but
that
Gaoran's
slide.
scary.
Okay, over here.
I was just gonna say Pegasus from Yu-Gi-Oh.
Elf of Death Note.
Well, if you read fan fiction, maybe.
Al, do you have a remote?
Let's switch over to the female side, because gay could be female.
Sure.
When hear me out. How many of you watched Hellsing? I'm talking about first episode of Hellsing. If you watched the Japanese version and you saw Integral Hellsing, did you thought she was a guy?
I had no idea what she was. I had no idea.
I'm watching it. I'm like,
know.
wow, he is so awesome. And then all of a sudden I realized, wincing, and then all of a sudden they letting me know it's a girl. I'm like 4 or 5 episodes in. I'm like, I've been picturing her as a guy. I understand because long anime characters have long hair sometimes.
She wraps it up.
She can be a guy.
So it's like a Zeta type of thing.
Well, first of all, she has very, very, masculine qualities because she's, in charge of a lot of things. She's like, I don't take crap from no one, and she's, in control of, Alucard. So. I was like, wow, that's a guy.
If you want to continue going along that route, Utena from Revolutionary Girl Utena is another one. Utena and Amphi are kind of, yeah.
According to Kota Hirano, who made Hellsing, Integral was supposed to be female first, and then he switched genders.
Wait.
So it was supposed to be female.
So he
and then...
intended the character to be female, and
Right.
then decided he was a man.
Yeah.
And then forgot to change the character design.
No.
Maybe he was supposed to be a dude first, and then he changed to a female.
Even the Japanese voice.
This is sounding like the Sailor Starlights from Sailor Moon or something.
Even the Japanese voice, you're like, I'm like this. I'm listening to it, and I'm like, could be male, could be female, because she has like a deeper female tone to herself. Whoever's was
like
doing her voiceover for Japanese, I'm like, still can't tell. you know, she doesn't wear anything flashy. It's just here's my suit.
Right.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Over Danielle.
Can I mention a manga as opposed to an anime?
Sure.
Usosuki Lily. It's about a guy who cross-dresses and confesses to a girl, and what's it called? And she's perfectly fine with it. Well, no, she's not. But she gets used to it, and she actually cross-dresses, and they go out like this, and I'm like, what the hell? You know?
I should have picked the cross-dressing member of the Fruits Basket family. The monkey.
Wow. Anybody else? I should go back.
You guys know Bushu Rankin?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know that guy who flies with butterflies?
Pretty gay.
Papillon.
Yeah, Papillon. Yeah.
That's not pretty good. That's fabulously good.
Okay, any others? Another, like, we'll start back here. Yep.
Hi, mine is Bozok, one of the main character, Griffin.
Griffin from Berserk?
He's the, like, the
oh,
man.
yeah.
Yeah, but look like a girl. I mean, seriously, skinny, long, blonde hair, and just beautiful butt.
Nice. Well said.
No.
Nice and ambiguous there.
It's all good.
Look at
It's all
him,
good.
just see him like a skinny little wink, but when you get something in his hand, like a skinny little small, it'll fuck you up, man.
Yeah.
And he also had sex with guys.
Yeah, but hey, but you was trained.
Yeah, he was trained that way.
Any others?
Well, technically so did Guts, but
Greg?
it didn't end as well.
No, back.
Or back there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys ever saw Sekirei?
What was that?
Sekirei.
Sekirei.
I think that's like full of gay characters because.
So any character from that.
Yeah, because
all 100 names.
you know, in anime it says your Sekirei could be whatever gender you want it to be, and then you know the fire Sekirei was originally a man, but then it kind of just changed into a woman. But I'm still kind of confused on what gender it might be.
They haven't confirmed
they have
that,
to like
actually.
kiss each other to like get winged or something. So you realize like you know. Some of those the people from the north, south, or whatever, there's some male characters with male Sekirei, so then they'll be like making out with each other to wing, wing them.
Sounds like
one of the
perfect anime
was actually gay.
Definitely.
It's on Netflix streaming.
Oh, we should definitely.
Because Natsuo is gay. And not to mention, Musubi gropes Tsukiyumi almost every Omake chapter, and an image of Pedo Bear appears. And then people are saying, oh, they're not gay, they're just in a harem. No, Musubi is going to drop Minato, Tsukiyumi's going to become the main love interest, and then Musubi's just going to become a part of the harem, because Tsukiyumi is becoming so increasingly popular, they're probably just going to drop Musubi.
Okay.
But she's so adorable.
Alright, so let's come up with our top 3 list. Because we got a lot of good choices out of that.
I think Pegasus from
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Pegasus is number 1. So we have number 1 is Pegasus.
He lived as
Zarbon.
Number 2, number 3.
Johnny Gagra.
No, we can't put John in this.
He lived as he died, draped in the arms of another man.
Pikachu's
No, not Pikachu. I say the cast of, what was it?
One last suggestion, Konata from
The
Lucky
cast
Star.
of,
The cast of, what was the show? What was the show you mentioned, sir?
Sekirei. The cast of Sekirei.
I think that should be number 3. So.
Alright.
So we got our top 3 list there. Well, Brendan, thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
Yes. Choose something out of our delicious pile.
Which ones are what?
Who's the real man?
Alright, we go on to our next topic. Worst one-night stands, anime series you should never marathon.
This is one night stand. Sometimes it comes back to bite you in the ass.
It's from the movie Knocked Up, if anybody's seen that. So,
Anybody?
anybody want to give it a shot?
I'd like to, but I'm just
Alright, Evan, come on up here.
Come on, Evan. You loser. Give him a hand.
Even though we know you, so.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
We know him, but we don't like him.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Alright.
What, are you creepy
So,
Mike now?
You know the deal. We came up with our 2 choices to give you time. So Gina, you are up first.
Oh yay!
Discuss your two
Okay,
choices.
the Endless 8 portion of the Melancholy Party, Suzumiya, and Ranma 1/2.
What's the achievement?
The achievement unlocked 999
It says
G.
achievement unlocked 99
Watch all
G.
8 episodes. All 8 episodes of Endless 8.
Sit, and she's crying because she actually made it all the way through. You know, I've never even watched the Endless 8, but I shudder to do so. You know, all I really have to say is Kyon-kun!
Denwa!
Yeah, for those of you that don't know what it is, they get stuck in a time loop, and it's basically the same exact thing for 8 episodes. They reanimate it and they redo the voices, you said, right?
And every episode is a little bit different.
It's a
Scenes
little-
are from different
but
angles.
it's the
both
same
different bugs are
exact
cut.
things that happen over and over and
Shut it off.
And Ranma 1/2 is strictly for the sheer length of it. I mean, it's
You
Rumiko
can't
Takahashi, so it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes. And lots of movies and OVAs, and yeah.
Okay.
You would have to spend forever trying to marathon that.
Alright.
You can't do that in one night.
Alrighty. So John, you are up.
You can do that in a week.
What do you have?
Alright, so.
Back to even.
Back to even.
We always have Evangelion on this list.
Barely even Ava's the winner.
Evangelion, you know, as Gina mentioned earlier, it's a good mecha show, lots of action and stuff, but there's also a lot of content in it. There's a huge amount of stuff going on in each episode, and it's not really good to marathon, just because there's just so much going on. It's going to give you a headache. Arya, on the other hand, is going to do the opposite and probably put everyone to sleep, because there's nothing that goes on in that show.
So you got 20 the spectrum there.
Yes.
Alrighty. So here are my choices. I chose One Piece and Tokyo Magnitude 8.0. Now, One Piece, just for the sheer fact, you have to start from episode 1 and go to episode, 326? 492? That's you shouldn't marathon that long.
Same thing as Ranma 1/2.
Exactly, same thing, same principle behind that. Now, I picked Tokyo Magnitude because I think it's just so much of an emotional roller coaster that you go on when you watch it. Sorry for the events that went on, to not try to offend anybody, but it's just the events that happened in it. Like, it's just, you just go on an emotional roller coaster. When I first watched it, it's just like I went up and down with it, and it was just like I couldn't sleep that night. It was like I shouldn't marathon this. I shouldn't really watch it all in a row. Watch it once, yeah. Watch it once and then all that stuff. So, yeah. So
take breaks.
Yeah. Anyways, Evan.
Okay, well, I was originally going to go for the American version of Dragon Ball Z, but we have 2 marathon series, so I can't do that anymore. Not to mention it'll put you in a coma. It's like, look at the slow pan for 5 minutes. No. The first one...
Weakling.
The first one is Elfin Lied, simply because the sheer amount of horror that you are exposed to from humans just doing awful things to one another through that series is such that after a marathon of that overnight, when you wake up the next morning and see the sun, you think, let's just set myself on fire. It's probably going to be fine. The second one is either series of Ghost in the Shell, because that series is a little too smart to just keep devouring. Because past 3 episodes, you're not going to be able to enjoy just how smart that series actually was, and you just want to enjoy it as much when it's just stare, 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 and you burn your eyes out, and you just stop paying attention to all of the babble that actually makes sense and is a lot smarter than you're usually willing to give it credit for. But yeah, seriously, don't want Marathon Elfin Lied. You will just want to kill yourself.
Alright, so anybody...
I felt great.
Good for you. I knew there was something wrong with you.
There's always something
John
wrong with
came.
So any other... We'll start over here, we'll work our way this way, so...
I would honestly have to say you should not marathon Meccano unless if you are getting a migraine. Because you have going from 1911 to 1912, 1914, then by episode 7, you go to the time of 1711. I had friends trying to make up a timeline leading up to that episode of 1711. Dead stop. They can't do anything.
End of the year 20 something.
Then at the end they go to 2005 because why not?
So it's just a jump around all over the place.
Jump around all over the place. There's a ton of characters you have to keep track of.
So that's what makes it so good. There are those characters.
Alrighty, so
I like that you see Isaac Myriad without a lid.
What's that?
Okay, so anybody else?
I was gonna pick Hellgirl, because it's got 3+ seasons, and even if you like it, they're really repetitive.
Yes, they
So
are.
like certain shows, like magical girl shows or giant robot shows, you watch them back to back, you're like, ah, the same plot again, the same plot again.
Monster of the week.
Yeah, so you gotta like watch shows like that, like once a week, like you watch them on TV. Because if you just watch them all back to back, especially Hellgirl, which is like 3 seasons plus, you'll be like, all right, I get it. It's the same thing again. I don't want to be trapped into Higurashi.
Alright, anybody?
Brendan?
Yeah, Brendan?
The Japanese version of Bleach. It's
Any
like
version of
storyline. Stop storyline. Filler. And then storyline again. Oh, let's play with that for a few episodes. Filler. A total different storyline that has nothing to do with the story, and you'll never have to even think about it again. And you say to yourself, I'm so into it, and that was over. And then there's gonna be no incorporation of that little filler again. And then they have comedy fillers or special fillers, and then you just say to yourself, when are we gonna go back to the main story? I hope this week's gonna be.
I watched just about all of Bleach, and still, if I catch it randomly on TV, I'll stop and go, wait a minute, where is this again in the time? What episode is this? What was got? You're right. It skips around too much from spoiler, and then the spoilers don't ever get mentioned, and.
It seems like there's just a lot of story arcs from what I'm gathering.
And a lot of characters and a lot of everything.
Alrighty, so.
I'm gonna have to suggest this show called Akagi. It's about mahjong.
Oh, Akagi, yeah.
It's very difficult to understand certain parts of the show if you don't get at least the basic rules of mahjong. And each episode you learn a little bit about it, and it's mostly story based, so you don't entirely have to know the rules of the whole game to fully appreciate the show, because it's basically just about, oh, that looks pretty cool, even though I don't quite get it. But it kind of helps to have a break in between to maybe look up a little bit of the rules, so you can, maybe play a game or two and kind of figure it out, and you'll appreciate it more. But if you just keep going episode after episode of, oh wow, this looks pretty cool, but I'm not quite understanding what's going on, and that's, I guess, okay, but it doesn't give you a full appreciation of it.
Alright, El?
I love the show, but I don't think Angel Beats is a very good thing.
Angel Beats?
Why one after the other, because like Ghost in the Shell, I felt it was like a little too smart to just like consume all at once. Kind of like let them sink in, since they all kind of have their own message.
So you have to sort of like, you watch it and then you
Yeah,
you have to understand the plot. And
a
then,
discussion group should happen afterwards.
Oh, okay. So it should be like a weekly thing.
That'd be nice.
Like a book club.
There you go, like a book club, yeah. Ghost in the Shell Club. Alright.
More fun. Fooly Cooly Club. So it's like, if I take this many grams of acid, this episode made sense.
There you go.
That was last year's panel.
Like the Tokyo magnitude, it also like goes up and down with whether it's serious or funny. So like just so that you don't like go all over the place all in one sitting, space them out. And also the humor, I thought it was funny, but it's the kind of humor that if I watched it all at once, I'd like either keep laughing so loud or I just keep like smirking so much that I give myself a headache. It would become like physically painful to watch it, but not in like a, oh, this is so bad, but because like I'm laughing too much, I gotta have like a breather in between.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I hear you. So, alright, so you sir?
You know that anime that is called Kimi ga no
No.
What was it again?
Oh, you didn't get to
Oh, wait,
that? Kimi ni Todoke today.
Kimi ni ga nozomue?
The one only God knows.
Oh, it's a slice of life.
Oh no, it's the other
parts.
It's a
Yeah.
There were two girls that liked this one guy, and then one of the girls ended up dating that guy, but then the other, her friend wasn't as assertive as her, so she ended up not dating him. And then when the couple were on a date, the girl got hit by a car and then ended up in the hospital, and then it ended up in amnesia or something, in a coma. And then while she was in a coma, her friend, ended up dating, that guy. So then the protagonist was thinking that, oh, she will never wake up. So then, he ended up dating with her, practically getting married. But then she did end up, waking back up, and then and then like that's where all the drama begins. Like the anime was just like.
Oh, the drama begins after that?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it would begin like during that.
It sounds like a lot of drama started.
That's just like, oh, that's damn.
The anime was just like so depressing. It was like backstabbing and cheating and I don't know. It was just so depressing. I watched a second episode and I just ended up quitting. It was 13 episodes.
No, it's
for the season. After the second episode, it was just like.
I hear you there. How about you, Pirate?
Peach Girl. After watching the first 5 minutes, I wanted to gouge out my eyes with a spoon. Why? I ended up before we would play D&D, we'd get to my friend Ben's house early, and he would put on the Anime Network, and that was on. So we ended up watching, I think it's 13 episodes, it might be 15, I'm not sure, but we watched every episode of Peach Girl. And I wanted her to die. And she didn't. The only most epic scene in the entire anime is when they're at the airport, she's going away with the other guy, and the guy that she ends up with eventually runs into the airport, punches the guy in the face, he falls into a bunch of benches, he grabs the girl, books it, gets into a cab, and drives off with her. It's like, that guy just stole your girlfriend, legit. And it was awesome. And that was the only thing that was good from that show. Everything else I wanted to take a plastic spoon and gouge out my eye.
Because it hurts more?
And eat it.
Really?
Delicious.
They're
Any
kind
other
of chewy.
choices? Worst one night stands. Anime series you should never?
Partially for it being long, but Gal Gaigar. A little too repetitive.
Alright, so our top three.
All super robot.
We got a good amount to choose from.
Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece.
Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece.
The big three, no.
Unless you can start warping time, you couldn't do that anyway.
Dragon Ball Z.
Watch it at 32x.
Nah, that's
Multiple screens, each with different episodes.
I think Rama should be on there.
You think?
Yeah, Rama, like, you saying it just goes on and about.
I think
it has
how
8
long is
seasons,
Rama? Does anyone, is it
26
like 10
episodes a
seasons
season.
or something?
8 seasons.
8 seasons?
Almost just bad.
Dragon Ball is my favorite.
Dragon Ball was
Anybody, like, what should be number one on the list?
I kind of want to see Elfenlied just to avoid suicides by people.
Okay.
Elfenlied? Okay.
Tokyo Magnitude's 50 people.
Johnny Gagra. Yeah,
no, we can't keep putting John on the list. All right?
Stop marathoning John.
I will get a plastic spoon and gouge out your eyes if you do it again.
Will you eat it?
John I should be on the sexiest character list.
That's another topic we should.
That's another topic.
Okay, we should. Why are we talking about worst things all the time? Why not best this or that?
Well, we will be. It's
because anime fans are generally negative people. We're very good at finding out
more
what it
topics,
is.
so we have the best and all that stuff.
What the plank, you scurvy.
You just said you'd accept that.
What was it, Ramna?
No, he's
Ramna, number 2.
Oh, you resent that?
Number 2,
How much of a forum is built around
number
complaining
1 was
about shows?
Number 1, Elfenlied, Ramna 1/2.
Ramna 1/2, and then finally, should we put Haruhi on there?
Yeah, let's put Endless Eight on there.
Yeah, because that's a little. Just repeat. You might as well just watch one episode and it'll be there.
The first episode, watch the first 2 episodes of Endless Eight and then skip to like the last 5 minutes of the last episode.
And then you get.
And
Alright.
that's all you need to know.
Alright, so Evan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
She said that was entertaining.
Evan!
Quiet, you.
Yeah, take something.
Too bad you can't take Queen's Blade.
You can't take your
Does this have robots?
Yes,
Your
it
mom
does.
has robots.
And it has lilies. Never mind.
No, they keep it. No.
What has robots?
No, that's the actual series. First season.
Well, there is Origins
Take the
on
phone.
here, but that movie sucks.
I was gonna say, take the thing Odell threw in there. Take the Pokemon figure.
I'll take a Pokemon.
Okay. Thank you very much. Alright. So our next topic is a couple that most need to shut up and bone each other.
Wow.
Kind of like those two.
Oh,
Who need to just shut up and say that you're banging each other. It's alright. We forgive you.
This guy right here.
That guy? Alright. Come on up, sir. What's your name? Joel? Joel. Give Joel a round of applause.
John and Ernie. That's my couple. John and Ernie.
I should have put that in there for me. Alrighty, so as you've seen, we came up with our 2 choices so that way you got some time to think of your Jim as first. As always.
Okay, Inuyasha.
Yes.
Inuyasha. Anyone else? from Believe.
Let's get a picture for that.
Thank you. I found this on
I should
TV and I thought it was
Kenpachi and Ichigo.
brilliant. What?
I ship Kenpachi and Ichigo.
Yes. Inuyasha Kagome. Rumiko Takahashi is known for dragging out her romances to ridiculous extremes.
She never ends a series.
She never
ever.
does, and you never really get any satisfaction as far as the romances are concerned. And they, in particular, because they're both so strong-headed, it's like, just shut up and do each other already, and get it over with, and go find the jewel shards, and, you know.
And
as
then
far
tell
as
them to sit.
Ichigo is concerned, you know, there's so many different ideas of people who think Ichigo should be with, and I think he just needs to go get laid by someone. Anyone. Nell, Rukia, or Hime Kenpachi. I don't
just the
care.
principal,
They
just
have
anybody.
such gar babies.
Cohen, I don't care.
No, I don't think that
He needs
Ichigo's a furry.
something. He needs something.
All right. John, here are your two choices. All right,
One
any
choice?
couple from your one choice. The second one. Yeah, I know exactly. If anybody doesn't know what's going on with Ugly Yo and this organization 13, they're kind of having a YouTube joke war. So, like, one's making one joke and then the other one's making a joke back. So, I put that up there just for the lulz. How about you? So, John, why any couple from any harem comedy?
Pretty much goes without saying for anyone who's seen a harem comedy. Just throughout the whole series, there's usually like one of the girls is like the main girl, and she's constantly making moves on the male protagonist, and he's just like so dumb he never does anything with the girl. So that's why the two people just need to shut up already and have sex.
It's a good all-encompassing answer.
Can you give us some examples of some?
Okay, so To Love Ru. What were the other ones I mentioned?
Love Hina.
Love Hina, of course. Yeah.
Tenchi Muyo.
I almost understand because of whichever one he doesn't pick can explode him. So.
They're all his family, pretty much as well.
Alrighty, so, okay. Now these are my
Oh,
two.
I can't wait to see yours, Ernie.
Team Rocket! I typed in Team Rocket Kiss, and that's what came up, so just typed it. I forgot that we were also including video game characters. I think it's mostly, I put a lot of the fandom into this because I know there's probably a lot of people out there that want to see Tifa and Cloud hook up. I don't know personally if they did yet, but
They kind of do.
They kind of.
Barrett and Cloud.
They never say it's official, but I mean, he can't be going for Aerith anymore. She's dead.
Barrett.
Depends on your choices in disc one.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
I think it's like in Avid Children, the ending of it. I'm just imagining Cloud holding up Tifa like at the end of Kindergarten Cop, with all the kids like rolling around. It's like, yay! Oh, yeah, go on, David, help me out with this. So.
Dilly dally, shilly shally.
Exactly. Yeah. And Team Rocket, I think there's just too much sexual tension between the two. Like, is it true? I forgot to look this up. But
Yeah, that's right.
I heard somewhere there was some sort of rumor that in Japan they.
Yes.
It's like they had a
child.
They have a child together.
Yeah, they have a child that's meow. Good job.
So that's why you can talk.
That's why you can talk.
Alright, Joel, give us your choices for couples that need to just shut up and just bang each other.
Like the entire cast of Roaring Host Club.
It
has to be said. Like that drove me insane. Why don't they shut the fuck up and just rape Haruhi? Like.
Now, like all together as one big orgy or like separate?
All the jump on Haruhi.
Jump on Haruhi. And she stole my Inuyasha. I'm sorry. I completely agree with her on that. Like they just need to shut the fuck up and do it. That's it.
Alright, so how about you, sir? Oh no, Matt.
The whole Roaring Host Club thing. Yeah. Mori Senpai and Hani Senpai just straight.
See, that freaks me out though because even though they're all the same age,
The twins, everybody, just throw them in a room, lock the door, and see what the hell happens.
Kiyoya should just hurry up and have a threesome and shut up.
Thank you.
Very true there. Any other choices?
Fangirls will be happy.
White Yagami and himself.
Well, if he did do that, they might might stop him from killing people.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know what he had to do, but he had to vent something, and he probably wouldn't have gone so genocidal.
Alright, I'll give you that. I have it right here.
Bringing up Evangelion again, Shinji Ikari and any other female.
Or Calro.
He needs to get laid too.
Shinji just needs to get laid.
Like, whatever list we come up with, eventually Evangelion's gonna get on that list.
Just need to get laid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just,
Converting it to.
or just like bash on Evangelion. That's what we should rename it next year.
That's gonna be the list of Hell Part 3 we hate.
It doesn't matter what couple you want to have it happen to. All of School Rumble.
Oh God. Oh dear God.
Oh dear.
That's stupid.
John,
would be,
the list part 3. Rudy, don't come here.
Anybody else? Any other couples? Yes, sir, Brendan.
Good idea. Alucard and Integral Helsing.
John, Sanji, and
That'd be interesting.
He needs
Sanji and Dory.
Alucard?
Seiji.
You sir in the back.
It's a machine. The boxing manga Hajime no Ippo, the main character Ippo and Kumi, who's like love interest. The manga's been going since 1989, and they still haven't done anything.
Oh God!
I have the ultimate one of those. I have the ultimate one. Bell Dandy and Keiichi from Oh My God.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Bell Dandy and Keiichi from Oh My God.
Initial D? Why there?
The main character and his girlfriend who like he was cheating on him and like they just need to get
With a
over
sugar
it,
daddy.
Fucking like get it over it. Just
get
be
it
together. God damn it.
It's just get it over with so we can move on with the
Yes,
story.
just
So.
move. I want to hear about the racing. I want to hear about your crappy love story.
Alrighty, how about you, sir? Ready?
Horror and Lawrence from Spice and Wolf.
What was that?
Spice it, yes.
Horror and
Thank
Lawrence.
you for that.
Tease,
John,
tease,
you'll
tease.
love
We're not
that,
doing anything,
right?
but tease, tease, tease.
Haven't seen it.
They're an awesome couple though.
It's basically like economics.
Economics, yes.
And furries.
I came for this, Fox Girl. I got Alan Greenspan.
Anybody here read History Strongest Disciple Kenichi?
Yeah!
Thank you!
Yeah!
Thank you! Ryu and Kenichi need to get it on, but he has to kill the grandfather
If it wasn't
first.
for her grandfather.
Yeah, he has to die first before you leave a finger on her. Oh my God. Oh my God.
The guy is
I mean, he's got a good excuse. I mean, it's like
He's
Either
got
that or Kenpai's
seriously, how's he
granddaughter.
going to be strong? He says only a person
Oh,
stronger than me.
I hate Renge.
Yeah, Renge.
I forget what
Like, at least
Renge
do
is.
her.
I hate her.
At
least do her.
You raised her to be antisocial. You raised her to kill people. You raised her to be
she
somebody
never
who
killed
just...
nobody. Her father raised her to kill people.
Okay.
Yes, her father raised her to
at all.
kill people.
You basically raised her to turn every guy away until to the point where like nobody can go near her. And when a guy finally goes near her, he's like, "Oh, you gotta be stronger than me. Oh, I'm the invincible Superman. I can crush mountains with my finger. Watch, bang.
Yeah.
The whole flow of
Kenichi's crazy.
the whole flow of my
Yeah,
Ringo
Kenichi's
Sensei
gonna
thing.
have to
It's
pull
just
off
the
some
sun.
Super
It's just
Saiyan
the
kind of
world.
evolution to just try to be on the same level as him.
Alright, any other couples? Yep.
Ash and Misty from
I was
That's classical.
I think that's number one on the list
Yeah, let's put
automatically.
that
I
number
should
one on
miss
the
it.
Oh,
Alright, one more, Matt.
Evolution C2.
What was that?
Lelouch and Cece.
John, me and Cosmos.
Non-anime related with C3PO and R2.
What? That would be an issue.
You are big
Who
for
would be like
speaking on.
how would they get it on? Like with like C3PO would sit on R2D2 as a stool or something like that?
Ernie,
They
R2D2 will stick that thing out that just shoots electricity.
Like why not use
And
a
stimulate
stool? There's a little
C3PO.
thing that comes up, and all he just has to do is sit down, and he's all set. So.
Wow. Bernie.
Come on, let's think about that for a minute.
I was smart enough and you worked out the mechanics.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking, as soon as you said it, I was like,
Ernie, it
man.
sounds like you've thought about this for a long
Yeah, I
time.
think I have, actually.
Anyway.
Alright, so we need to come up with a top one.
Ash and Misty,
Ash and Misty's number one.
Inuyasha and Kagome.
Hey, what was it?
Inuyasha and Kagome.
Inuyasha and Kagome. That'd be number
I
two.
like Team Rocket.
We're cool with
And
that?
Team Rocket.
And Team Rocket, or...
Basically everyone from like House of Pokemon?
Yeah.
That music's killing me, hold on. So, come up with the topic, I'm sorry.
Brock and Misty.
So,
I'm
yeah,
Brock and Misty. Brock and Nurse Joy.
Brock and
Brock and any other
Poor
Nurse Joys
guy.
or the
Rocket knows
That-
hair.
that guy-
Rocket
that
Professor
guy-
Oak.
Rocket Professor
Professor
Ivy.
Two youngsters that obviously a boy and girl, and he's all by himself with his Pokemon. I feel so bad for him.
So we came up with the top three lists. I'm sorry about that.
And his Pokemon are always
Onyx, make a staircase.
Alrighty. Well, Joel, thank you very much, sir, for participating. Don't start that.
Yeah, save that for Otakon.
He's saying like stuff like that. Oh, this is gonna be bad. All right. So
Shut up!
So we had 5 topics, but just in case for other time fillers here, we have other.
That's you with the Sailor Scouts. Yes.
Sailor Mercury was hot.
Yeah, we have other topics that we have more stuff to give away, so we'll come up with a top 3 list here. First one, anime character that is most likely to have a deep conversation with a stop sign.
Osaka from
Yes! Azumanga Daioh.
Azumanga Daioh, yes.
Okay. Why that?
Because it's her.
Okay.
It's like, oh, you woke up. I did it wrong.
Alright, Odell.
Pedro from Excel Saga because he talked to like the will of the
Twin
cosmic universe.
waterfalls down my face.
Alright, Danielle.
Or Hime from Bleach.
Back there, sir.
I was gonna say Naruto.
Yeah.
There you go.
I want to say Haruo Suzumiya because she's going to believe it's some weird thing that's not supposed to be there.
Because she'll make it something.
I was gonna say that is my serious one.
I have a.
This isn't really that serious, but because it's been ranted in every topic anyway, Shinji.
Keep it up with the Evangelion. We
sucks so much.
Just because he's
Worst
ranted so
anime
much.
villain, Shinji.
Why are you telling me to stop?
Uses them enough as is. Shizuo from Durarara. Yes, you're my favorite stop sign. Yes, you are.
Matt.
Death the Kid, if there was a scratch on it, he would say, "Why aren't you symmetrical? You have 8 sides. Why aren't you symmetrical? I can't fix you. God damn you, stop sign." And he just go on and on and on and on.
Then he passed out.
How does he
That's it.
Like, the one thing that's confused me, how did you get
carry him?
sentences?
No, wait, Patty would laugh, then Liz would carry him, and then everybody would just go and, yeah.
Okay. Alright, anybody else? Any others?
Go on.
For anime character that's most likely to have a deep conversation with a stop sign.
What are you doing?
Special
We can't put
panelist.
John on there, so. Yes, Danielle?
Go back to your seat, Christopher.
Oh, no.
I mean, like,
He doesn't talk.
Any other ones? Alrighty, so let's come up with a top 3 for that. We got a lot. I don't know.
Osaka, I think definitely has to be in the top.
Osaka, okay.
Shinji, just because.
Shinji, because it's on every list. We might as
He
well
won't
put
have a
it.
conversation with it, he'll just complain about his mother to it.
or he'll complain to the stop sign about his father,
Alright, one more. Let's see.
and then he'll masturbate on it.
Yui from
There we
Who
go.
here knows what the Ronin Warriors are?
Oh my God!
Ronin from the Ronin Warriors? Lady Kyra's a woman!
Durr.
Wait, with Leah, there's one thing I have to say.
Greatest anime ever.
Couples who need to get over themselves and screw each other.
Yeah.
There's one thing I need to say about that. Anybody ever watch Sengoku Basara? Takeda Shingen and Yukimura. Yukimura! Your Lordship! Yukimura! Your Lordship! It looks like they're making out by the time they get close enough to each other, and you can actually imply that. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
They should just get over it and screw each other.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Alright, so we.
I'm
One more.
sorry.
So, yeah. One more for the character. You want to do. I'm trying to think of like who the others that were mentioned there. Naruto was on that list.
Naruto's a
Yeah,
good
we'll
one
put
to put on the list.
Naruto. Alrighty. So we have our next one. Best worst anime villain.
Let's do best.
We'll
since
do some.
got
We'll
a lot of
start.
negativity.
Yes. Let's do the best anime villain.
Yes.
What constitutes says best?
Okay, well, can I tell
Yeah.
what my first thought is? Mine is the most disappointing anime villain, which is Aizen from Bleach, and I'll tell you why. The man was patient as all hell. He spent hundreds of years integrating himself into Soul Society so that he could just fuck them all over. And then Kubo realized, oh wait, I have no backgrounds. I need to do something of interest. Let's turn him into a white penis. There we go. And he just, I don't know what it was. It just, all of a sudden, he just became unbeatable. I think he just got ruined, just to the point where, like, you have all of these characters that you've come to know. They worked so hard. They're captains. They've been working for society for hundreds of years. He blinks at them, they're all dead. You don't get to see any fighting for them. You don't get to see any techniques. And just, I think it's just the way that Kubo handled him. Just all of a sudden, he just became crap, and he was so brilliant at first.
Alright.
So maybe he is the best and the worst. I don't know.
Best and the worst, yeah. But also, we gotta constitute which is the best and which is the worst.
Right.
So.
Like, best as in, they were so good at what they were doing that they almost won.
And that could be an interpretation.
Yeah.
Or you could just say they were just awesome as a villain.
What was it?
Akira?
Akira?
For Akira, okay.
Kira, just regular old Kira.
Just
Death Note.
From Death Note.
Oh, you mean Mando.
Oh, Kira.
Yeah, got me like.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, have a
Grace O'Connor from Macross Frontier. Spoilers or not, she was fantastic.
Okay.
Kiri Yamato.
I'll leave a villain for like maybe 2 or 3 episodes because he didn't really have that much of a part. Alexander Anderson from Hellsing. I know I keep using Hellsing, but he was an
we keep using Evangelion.
Yeah. He was a villain because Alucard was the considered the good guy, even though he was really a bad guy. He went out to kill bad
I
guys.
consider him more as the antagonist rather than the villain.
I don't know.
He was a good guy.
He could have killed him. He would have been like, there would be no more story if he just actually got his way. In the third
Antagonist, but not necessarily villain. The villain wound up being the, what's it, the colonel or whatever?
Alright, how about you, sir, in the back? Sorry, we gotta move up.
Whether or not it's best or worst anime villain, Ginyu Squad.
The Ginyu Squad! My name's Rakumen, rhymes with doom, and you'll be hurting all too soon. Jeez!
I gotta say, it's actually from the same anime, but I consider this guy to be the best villain. It is Frieza.
Yeah!
He killed children. He was like, give me the Dragon Balls and you live. Here's the Dragon Balls. Bye! And kills them. When he's dead, and then you see, oh, something's going on in hell. Paikon, Goku, go stop that. Okay. Cell, who's stronger than Frieza. Who is he following? Frieza! Frieza's a bastard! He is the evil son of Mitch. Everyone follows Frieza. That's why he's the best villain of all time.
Any other best anime villain? Matt.
Medusa from Soul Eater.
She is fantastic.
She's complete. I can't figure her out at one point. She's like a snake in every sense of the word. You fight her, you kill her, she's still alive. She uses a nightmare fuel way to steal a little girl's body. You think she's doing something good for Krona's sake. She's actually doing something for herself. Oh, big surprise there, but you just believe in her for that 1 second because she's so good at acting. Then she uses Krona again, manipulates, makes it so Krona has black blood to flood all of Russia, and she like completely drowned Russia. She destroyed Russia using Krona. It's just that bitch snake. I don't know how to describe it.
No, it's understandable. No, I see what you're getting at with that. But
I'd have to say Buggy from One Piece
because
he starts out as this very low tier kind of pirate in the East Blue who just kind of wants a bunch of money, and through this random course of events is going throughout this entire series and is becoming much more important. And he eventually gets to the point where he's like almost at the top of the world, and despite the fact that he's very relatively weak compared to everyone else, everyone's following him like, Buggy-sama, you are so great, I will follow you to the ends of the earth, and just these people are who like prop him up, and he just becomes the best of the worst.
Okay, right over here.
I want to say, I can't remember his name, the big demon, the demon from Soul Eater, the final demon.
Kishin?
Yeah, the Kishin. It's just like, he was super powerful, he made so powerful that eventually they just had to make a Deus Ex Machina in order to finish him off.
That was a Deus Ex Machina. I thought that was
It's just like, what?
Another one, Danielle, right here.
Father from FMA Brotherhood.
Nice.
He became
Why that?
because he became God for I don't know 5 minutes, but nonetheless he became God.
Okay. We got a lot of good choices.
I don't know if she. I think she counts. Haruko from Fooly Cooly, who turned out her entire plan was to let Earth be destroyed to get power, and she was awesome about it the entire time.
She had a plan, but she was awesome at doing that plan and executing it.
And she made you think that she was relatively harmless up until it's like, oh wait, nope, never mind.
All right, one more.
This one's for John. Because we're allowed to use video game characters. This one goes out to John.
Oh, I know it's coming.
Final Fantasy VI, Kefka, because he destroyed the world. Sephiroth's awesome. Sephiroth didn't destroy the world. He almost got away with it. Kefka destroyed the world, and then like this town doesn't follow him. Gone.
Sephiroth destroyed Pluto.
No one does
Shut up!
Alright, so number one would
Kafka.
be Kafka. How about number two?
Kafka.
So number three is Kafka. Not even a chance at anybody else, or?
No, I think we just go with Kafka.
Oh, just Kafka. Alright, so worst anime villain who did a horrible thing.
Bible Black.
Yeah, I know that.
Worst and like crappiest.
Yeah, crappiest anime villain. What was it?
Get this from Pokemon.
Why?
We're Team PETA! We're gonna release all the Pokemon out to the world! Yeah!
We're gonna use Pokemon to do it.
Okay, anybody else?
Those two idiots who unleashed Evil Boo into the world in Dragon Ball Z, they decided to go on a killing spree because Majin Buu was already
Bibbidi and Bobbidi.
They shot at Majin Buu, who was killing everybody just for shits and giggles. Evil Boo came out because he got pissed and shot a dog. Then Evil Boo ended up exterminating the entire human race. Yeah, they were bad guys for 5 seconds. And then Evil Boo actually wiped out the entire human race. The very thing every character in Dragon Ball Z has been dreaded. And at the end of it, Goku wished back everybody except those who were evil. So bye-bye, bitches. So now the human race has finally achieved enlightenment in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, but that's how we found out that Vegeta was good, because his halo disappears. Like, the dragon spoken, Vegeta, you're one of us!
Great. Nappy is achieved
Fine.
enlightenment.
Nappa. Look, Vegeta, it's a Pokemon!
I'd have to say Raditz. Raditz?
I don't know, he was a good villain. He just was like, he's smarter than Nappa! Nappa's like, Vegeta, I can't hold it in. Can I go punch him, Jet?
What was it?
Yeah!
He stops time!
Time freeze!
He can stop time! And he sucks so bad!
Dodoria. And everyone every stupid villain is from DBZ, really.
That's pretty much I'm getting at right now.
So all the villains in Dragon Ball Z except
So
for
DBZ is on the list there, 1, 2, and 3.
Cell was even
I can just because he seems to be so bad at his
That's why
job.
everyone follows Frieza.
Jeez, my mind completely blanked on the guy, but the demon guy that follows Lena Inverse around in the Slayers. He's so bad at being bad.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. It's like,
Zealous, yeah.
Zealous? Okay.
No, guys.
No, Zealous.
I just started watching Slayers. So.
Jet from Final Fantasy X.
Any others back to this?
Jack from Final Fantasy X? Yeah.
It's a video game, not an anime, but Bowser. How many times is he gonna lose?
And how many times is he willing to race go-karts with the guy?
Yeah, seriously. He races go-karts, he plays tennis, he plays soccer.
He also joins Mario to save the Mushroom Kingdom in Mario RPG.
So he's not even a villain there. So he's never won, and yet he keeps trying to get in again with the
That's
game.
because he keeps letting his children do it.
Helps him in
But he's fighting a plumber.
Okay, yeah, but at the same time, you can also say, why the hell does Peach getting
I
kidnapped?
think I will solve everybody's problem.
She likes it.
Because of the entire
Either that or she likes lizards.
Lord El Palazzo from XL Saga.
Well done.
Oh,
Interesting. Alright, so let's come up with our list.
Kiss her, hug her, tell her to go away, stick it in. Which one are you gonna choose?
Alright, so we gotta come up with our top 3.
wait, there's one more.
Every character you pick on Dragon Ball Z.
Not more.
Okay, I'm going to dedicate a little song to this one. Now, I'm sure you all know who this is.
No.
Fine, I'll just say it. Seymour, Final Fantasy X.
Yes!
He killed Kimari's entire race. He killed a whole bunch of people. He killed that Oran's friend. He killed more people. He attempted to he attempted mass genocide, failed at it. He wanted to become Sin. instead he became overshadowed by a douchebag who used to drink. In other words, Tidus' father, who wasn't really a villain at all. He was just sacrificing himself so his little runt of a son could become a star blitzer. Of course, that could never happen because his son was just a dream and everybody was fucked from the beginning.
Or he
So
wasn't a dream.
A mission-based sequel to make sure that everything ends good. Yeah.
No, they made Charlie's Angels.
The video game.
That just lets us a pretty hot cosplay though, so it's kind of okay.
I think that has to be on the
Unfortunately, the hot cosplay
Alright,
had
so,
to like, give several hours of
no, we have until 4.
destruction.
I never played it, so I'm okay with that.
Alright.
4 o'clock is when the next one starts, but they're gonna come inside.
So, alrighty.
So we can do the last one. Really
Yeah, we'll
quick
do
if you
one
want.
more. We'll take out worst anime censorship.
One Piece.
Can I please say exactly? I was
Yes.
gonna say One Piece.
Dragon Ball USA.
Sanji's cigarette when they replaced it with a lollipop. That makes me die every time.
And still had smoke.
So there's, I don't know if anyone's seen it, but there's this anime that just started like a couple days ago. It's airing this season. It's this anime to help 30-year-old men have sex. I don't know if anyone's heard of it.
What?
But
Health and fitness for 30-year-olds.
Health and fitness for 30-year-old men. It just started a few days ago, and everything in this show is censored. It is just ridiculous. Like, and it's like obnoxious censorship. It's like a red crayon that's covering everything. It's not just body parts. It's actual text, parts of episode titles, stuff that characters are saying. You can download a fan sub and see for yourself. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, what if that censorship is actually a meta thing where they're making fun of how much anime usually gets censored, so they did it themselves?
I don't know. I just think it's.
Or it's
It made it
response
unwatchable.
to a certain bill I get passed.
Sailor Moon.
Sailor Moon?
So,
why Sailor Moon?
It's okay to be lesbians as long as you're blood relatives.
Yeah. They're cousins.
She had a blog entry one time, Gina,
Yeah.
talking about censorship
I
in
talked
anime,
about-
and the big chunk of it was Sailor Moon.
Yeah, it was about just stuff like, you know, like when they fight at the end, when they fight Queen Beryl at the end of the first season, they're all up on crucifixes. They had to cut that out. The Sailor Starlights, they stopped showing the series in America because the Sailor Starlights were men posing as they were women posing as men who then transformed back into women. They're not going to show
Is this
that.
recursive cross-dressing?
It's like they're women and they're trying to integrate themselves into society to find their princess. So they masquerade as a male pop band, and then so they're men. And then when they fight, they transform back into their female forms. So they stopped. That's why they stopped showing Sailor Moon in America because they're like, yeah, we can't get around this one. No.
Over here, sir.
There's 2 of them. With Pokemon, there's one episode where they make rice balls, and Brock goes like, I love jelly donuts.
Yeah.
Everybody loves a good
Oh,
jelly.
also Zoisite and Malachite.
There's a second episode where there's a rice ball rolling down a hill, and for some weird reason, Funimation decided to make it a pizza.
With a sandwich.
Maybe they were hungry for pizza that day and they turned it into that.
I think
Somebody pull a gun on Ash at one
Gotoku.
point.
What was that?
I think no Gotoku. I know it's part of the punchline and the joke, but it's just way too much.
There's a certain extent where it's funny, and then when you cross that line, it's like, okay, now you're over.
Anything done by 4 kids.
Anything done before
They're right
now, so it's all okay.
It's all encompassing on
They're in chapter 11 right now, so that's okay.
Talking about One Piece, I don't understand why in an anime it's like, no, because kids watch this, this has to be juice, not rum. But it's perfectly okay to put in a Disney movie that Jack Sparrow drinks rum.
Well, that's
And don't tell me
PG-13,
that it's
so-
PG-13 because parents still bring their children to see that.
the parents
Okay,
all the time.
but then that's their
parents'
fault.
choice.
That is the parents' fault. But at the end of the day, anime is also mostly a lot more people within our own age group watch anime.
Exactly. So.
Hey, Mommy, why does Jack Sparrow drink like Daddy does?
There you go.
You're a
That's the
horrible
answer
dad.
right there.
Wow.
Alrighty. So, top 3 list here.
4 kids.
For anything by 4
Anything
kids.
by 4 kids.
I think Sailor Moon should be up there. One Piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 4 kids, Sailor Moon, and One Piece.
So bad.
All right.
One Piece is also 4 kids.
Well, one more.
I was gonna say it's just a singlest, but Outlaw Star they cut out an entire episode because it was the Hot Springs Planet.
Best episode ever.
Yeah.
The Hot Springs.
We can put that on. We'll put that in like as an asterisk.
Yeah.
There you go.
It doesn't make sense.
The last episode of Excel Saga is completely dedicated to screwing with the sensors. They throw in everything that has to be censored. They like completely tested the limits of it. But.
All right.
And then it didn't get broadcast.
All right. Well, that is our panel. That is the list. Thank you, everybody, for coming. If you want to watch again, out of ourselves, you can watch our entire panel this coming Tuesday on our website.
Hey, look, it's Grumpy Dwarf.
I think I was drunk that day.
John, follow us on Twitter and
Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook. Thank you for coming.